Good morning, engineers. It's Mrs. Vandermissen. Welcome to another day of engineering. It's day 7. Let's take a look at what we've got on the calendar today for this Wednesday. So we are working on our implementation prep day. And basically what I mean by that is we have a lot of 3D printing work to do, and we're going to need to phase it so that each team gets some of their parts printed in time to move on with the next part of the build. So here's how we're going to do that. This is actually a notebook check today. It is so important to me that we as a whole group of engineering teams know the work that needs to be done in what order so that we can all have some turns with the printer. I've got some good news for you, and it's a little bit of a secret. We are working hard to get some new 3D printers in here to expand our capacity, maybe as soon as in the next week or so. So stay tuned. Some of that is still to come. Okay, let's take a look at Schoology because I've got some detailed instructions. So over on the sidebar, you're going to see Pre-Engineering 3 notebook check for Lend a Hand Implement Prep. That's where our turn-in is today. And if you open it up, I have some detailed instructions for you. So today your task is going to be to plan the print and assemble sequence for your team. And so what I mean by that is 4 teams are going to be building at the same time, and we all need to be 3D printing at the same time. So I need each team to think through and make a plan for which parts need to be printed in which order to work you through the assembly. So I want you to first of all make a list of the entire set of STL files. I know it's a lot of files. So make a list in your design notebook of all of your STL files. And if you think this through a little bit at the beginning, you can document it in groups that go together. For instance, if you've got multiple files for the fingertips, those can be listed together in one group. And then the next part of that is to look at your assembly instructions or videos and think through which of these files you actually need to print first, or which groups of the files do you need to print first to start with that very first part of assembly. So you'll begin assembling whatever part needs to be assembled first. At the same time, in the background, we'll be printing the next group of files for each team. So list all of your STL files and then list in groups or document in groups, whether you want to circle or make notes or number, which files need to be printed together, let's say on one tray at a time, to work you through each part of the assembly process. So you probably will have, I'm thinking, somewhere between 3 and 5 groups of parts printed to walk you through the process. So document all of that in your design notebook today. If you are one of the teams that has a SCAD file, an SCAD, you may, after you have the groups documented, want to start working on converting them from SCAD files to STL files. And I think I listed earlier in the week, but it is also here on this assignment. You may begin trying to convert those with the openscad.org website. I am very hopeful that that will solve the problem for us. And if not, we will find another solution for it at the end of this week. Thanks. Have a great day. And don't forget, this is actually a notebook check with turn-in today, due by midnight. I will check in with you tomorrow.